Greetings everyone, it's your sister Dahlia here with you, and I wanted to make this video primarily. One, I'm a mother, so I understand the struggle. I right now am situated in Canada, in Ontario to be exact. That's the province that I live in. And you know, the coronavirus, this COVID-19 has really shattered a lot of lives. I am praying for everyone who has been directly impacted by this. And you know, my heart goes out. I don't know how it is everywhere, but at least right now, you know, there's been a few different school boards out here that have now extended pretty much the March break by 2 additional weeks. So after March break, which has now officially started out here, the children and schools are closed. I mean, not the children, the schools are closed for an additional 2 weeks, meaning no one can return back until April 5th. And that's not just the schools, that is community centers and, you know, daycare centers. March break camps have been canceled, and pretty much childcare has been disrupted for a lot of parents. And I know that so many people are kind of frantic and wondering, well, how on earth, one, what am I going to do to entertain my children for so many days? And two, how am I going to work? You know, I've got work, and yet my children have to be home for now 2 additional weeks that I did not account for. And so I have some tips and tricks on things that may be useful to help out with that kind of period of time that, you know, you didn't bargain for and plan for. I will be reading from a piece of paper because I wrote things out just to ensure I don't miss anything. I want to give you guys all the ideas that I came up with. And, you know, also if you have any ideas that I did not think of or mention, please just comment below, because I believe firmly that each one can teach one and we all have something to offer. So if I missed it and you've got something else that can be helpful, please help a sister out and help everyone else out. All right, so here we go. The first one, because after the March break, my children do not get a free ride. So I have the curriculum books for both of their grades, and they will be doing work. They won't be staying home playing video games and doing whatever it is they want to do. They'll be doing work. So you can get the curriculum books from like a Chapters, Indigo, Walmart. I've seen them at Costco. If you want to ensure that the children are still doing work, if they haven't been given enough work to do over the break by their teachers, right? That's one. Board games, very, very easy, you know, for them to have fun and for you to connect with them. Another thing, number three, Just Dance. So you can find, if you don't have the actual game Just Dance, you can actually go on YouTube, type in Just Dance. There's a bunch of different dances, and literally you'll be watching other people you know, dancing on screen, and you copy it. I find it to be a really fun workout. The children and I do this fairly often, and it's fun. It's fun, and you get active, but you're building and connecting. And when you can create moments of joy, they create lasting memories, but it warms your heart, and it draws you all closer together. So Just Dance is actually really, really fun. Chores. Yeah, my children will be still doing chores. You know, I don't believe that when children are home all day, they get to just be home all day playing games and doing sometimes a bag of nonsense and nothing that will, one, stimulate their mind, but also reinforce and remind them that no, this house doesn't clean itself and mom doesn't clean it all for you. Chores. Not a bunch, but you know, give them stuff to do. Build responsibility. Vision boards is my next one. I love vision boards. I've created vision boards with my children, but I think for the climate that we're in right now, where, you know, people are really frantic and worried and concerned, I think it's imperative to remember that children are very susceptible and very sensitive to energy. And the energy right now is one that is kind of unsettling. So I think that vision boards are really important, because you're going to get them thinking about what they want to see for their life in the future, and remind them that they still do have a future, and the fate of others does not necessarily determine theirs. And, you know, just get them being creative and thinking about, well, what do I want to do? And what would I like to see in my life? And visualizing that, and kind of building that morale to let them know that there are still better days to come. It's not all gloom and doom for everybody out here. So let's keep the morale of our children because it's imperative to their mental health and ours as well. Okay. Now, for those that are also, I have some other things that you can do with your children, but this is a big one. You can seek out reputable babysitters. There are people that are out there that do childcare, and maybe if you can get a hold of them before everyone else has, you can find childcare for your children that will help you be able to go to work. So you might have to be a little bit more flexible. That one person may not be watching your children only. They might have, someone else's children as well. But as long as there is a ratio, I believe it's 5 to 1 with only one infant. But if that person can manage and you trust them and they are well and healthy, I think you should tap into babysitters, and prayerfully it's not too costly. So another one, because I always believe it takes a village, and this is actually one of my favorite ones. So, if you've got a good friend group or, a good connection with some family members, you can literally kind of create something where maybe each one of you take off one day, for the week while this is going on. And maybe that one person is going to be watching everybody's children that day. But I think if you do a rotation like that, it'll help facilitate everyone being able to go to work without missing too many days. So again, if you've got a good friend group or, family members, or if you have, some elders, grandparents that may not be working, or aunts or uncles, whoever you can tap into. But if that doesn't work and you can find some people that can take a day off and you can take a day off, you can help somebody watch their children, they watch yours, and just make life a little bit easier and less stress. And then your children have someone to play with, as long as, no one's showing signs and symptoms, of any type of sickness or this, coronavirus or any flu-like symptoms. I think it's something that you can try and tap into and see if it can work. All right. Another one is, family game nights, because a lot of places have been closed. Out here, I know that if there's any events that have a capacity or, have more than 250 people in attendance, it has to be canceled. So I was trying to go to When Sister Speaks, and it had to be canceled. Sorry, Dwayne Morgan. Sorry for everybody that was, supposed to perform. There's a lot of us that were really looking forward to being there and supporting. I love the arts. But you can do family game nights instead, movie nights, karaoke, and these are things you can do with friends as well. But if you have children and you can all get together and still, be amongst one another and build that morale and do things that are fun and gatherings are important. I think it'll make this time pass a lot better and not always penetrate and think too much on the negative things that are happening and the hardship that's going on right now. Another one is storytelling. I love storytelling, and I feel like it's something that has dwindled significantly. Wow, our elders used to do a lot of storytelling, and not to say that all of them are not doing it anymore, but I think that it's imperative for our children to listen to stories, to tell stories, and just tap into the creative aspects of their being and share and receive. So a great idea that I like is, for instance, you can start the story and your children will continue it. So you can get a stone or any item in your home, and whoever is holding that item is the storyteller in that moment. And when you pass that stone on, or that item, the next person now will continue from where you've left off. And, you can build your little stories, almost like, a Nancy stories, or, or if you have elders that just have different stories, share, teach our children, teach us about, our family, our history, things that occurred, before our time. I'm saying are because there's things I don't know about my family that I would still love to know. Okay, and then the last one is really just take the time, if you have it, just to connect and reconnect, with your children, with family, with friends. We're in a time where, I heard on the news yesterday that Italy experienced 250 deaths in one day. Now, that is a massive number, and there is a lot of pain going on over there. So I think that this is a time too that people can also utilize, while being wise and taking precautions. But remember that, your days are not promised. The next breath is not promised. But if you have the time and you've got the breath of life within your being to either, better your connection, or work out certain issues with someone that you do care about and care to have in your life, and they care to have you in their life, I think it's something that you should do. So those are just some of my tips, primarily for if you have your children at home, but a lot of them are things that you can just do whether you have children or not. So yeah, that was really it. But again, if you have any ideas that I didn't mention that are just, they're bomb, they're awesome, and it's something that people can utilize or something that's worked for you before, please share that. And other than that, just I am praying for everyone. I'm not stressing. I know who I serve. I believe that, if it's not for me, it's not for me. But be wise. The people are saying to stock up on food, water, just have provisions in your home, not even to say that everything's going to be locked down and people can't leave, but there are a lot of people clearing grocery shelves. I tried to get pasta and couldn't get pasta, couldn't get toilet paper, couldn't get pasta sauce. So it might just be a matter of you go to the store to pick up basic provisions and they're just not there because someone has taken them all. It doesn't have to be that things have been locked down, but still have enough to provide and know that you won't have to stress about feeding your children, if it comes to the point where, you need to be home, or just you've gone to the grocery store and someone else has snatched everything. So many blessings, much warmth, subscribe if you're loving the vibe, press like, leave a comment. Let's do this. I'm really trying to put out good content. My videos will get better over time, and bear with me, but I have love in my heart and good intentions, and that's all I want to share. So one love, peace, shalom, and just let's ride this thing out, and let's not forget about our loved ones. Check in on your elders. Please don't leave them by the wayside. Remember, everyone matters. All right? Peace, blessings,